Hi everybody, my name is Lewis and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club as finishing the side stories right now. We only have 4 left, well, with the secret one 5, but we only have Reflection Part 1 and Part 2, which we're going to do today, Self-Love Part 1 and Part 2, and the special one which I don't know a bit. I think this is the 60th episode of Doki Doki December, and I think we've managed some progress here. So without further ado, let's start Reflection Part 1. I'm so excited for this one because it has Monika and Yuri. And some of you may know Yuri is my favorite character. So let's start. Okay, I'm recording. Okay. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look you look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess even if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social and I let others do the work, so I can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances across the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need, they just ran out of cookie, what a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. The two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Though that may be partially my fault since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed the habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on mine, at least to display some openness to engage. What about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still 2 more books after this one. Guess those long books suit you well since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. Monika lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. Maybe, more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely, people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it's just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame like Natsuki. Ouch. Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past too, you know? Things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. Nothing wrong with growing out of things, that happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. Makes me think that she likely grew out of it too. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were talking about how your interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but it wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah, what inspired to get more into it? I don't know. I guess, let me think. It was after I discovered the series that I really liked. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things and got super into this one series that I really want to. Because I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me, wanted to be by myself. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Monika. Sorry, that's completely wrong. So, still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you through a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it will go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of these mangas that's like 50 volumes long so I can stay So I can say I read more than you. Not that I have money for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Oh, I kinda offended her, Natsuki. You're here to glare, Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill, I said it for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted. Sayori, are those from the floor? Oh no, really, Sayori? God. Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori throws out the door and Natsuki follows. You look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club, so I should figure out how to meditate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary, I just wish to be respected. That then. Either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. Trust you, Monika, but I'm skeptical. Okay. We got some trust issues already. Okay, everyone. Oh, is this a new song? Feels like it. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the literature club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. But it also means we should be mindful on how to respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone or anything. I'm sorry if it came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so, sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want that person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? Have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh jeez. How about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious. Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. How does it make you feel? I don't know. Sad? Defensive maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. Challenging Sayori reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is cherries are nasty. Whoa, okay, she's got a point. With the subjective and objective perspective, that's actually, she's got a point. Hold on, how is that objective when you just said it was your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and I pretend I didn't tell you that cherries are nasty. Good. So what if I said like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherries was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have put all my languages through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting as a tool to help you turn differences into a positive experience, rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on. Sayori actually liked cherries. I was just trying to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been duped. Got bamboozled. I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You are welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. Oh, I like when you turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. I was reading and not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So now we have the gist of it. How about we try with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not, no. Oh, how come? Well, because I don't see anything productive that can come from that. Just going to start a fight. No, I'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. To just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. Not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable? You use expressions changes at that word. As Monika recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something, like I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger. What, are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Yeah, they're gonna fight. So basically, I think Yui just unconditionally called Natsuki non-mature. Maybe he just when she doesn't want to revisit that old part of life when she said like 10 minutes earlier she was getting bullied or something. Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Yeah. Maybe it is immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki? Nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga as Yuri Fantasy and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me, that's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about... This is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just going to make people upset. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care about what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me. So I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody has the least bit of respect from the things I'm into. The only thing I'm down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What have you looked in the mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature. You can't. Please stop. Aww. Please? You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. Yeah. It didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Oh man, this is freaking sad. Yuri's piercing words in the club into choke silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Aw, there goes Yuri. Holy crap, I've never heard it sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so I was just saying. How did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate the conflict when I don't know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault that it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it up on herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things. It's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word or choice or anything like that. So I see what you're trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just like the way we talk to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's the good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiorities complex. Oh, don't be mean, bro. Exactly, don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga whenever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is giving away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. Oh man, that is sad. Okay, so it was a new song, but that is freaking sad. No. Problem is, these two, Yuri and Natsuki, they're so different, but they're literally kind of the same, but so different in many ways, and they just don't see it, and it's weird, I guess. Well, the fact is, like, I don't know, it's just weird, and it was sad. Anyway, enough jibba jabba. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I'll see you next time when I'm gonna post. Wait, what was it again? Reflection part 2. I'm gonna post it on, I think I'm gonna post it later in the evening, as you can see, in probably like 7 hours till this video is uploaded. Till then, I hope you have a great day or night, or have a great sleep, I guess, if you live in the States or something like that. See ya.